Recording in
Hey,
progress.
gals. Hey, Ansley, Sydney, Miss Katie, Miss Alicia, Miss Erin. We got Miss Kogi. Awesome. First of all, thank you guys so much for being on the call today. I understand this is preaching to the choir because you guys are the ones that are here, which is amazing. But we got to get this. Frankie, we got Frankie in the chat. Let's go. Yeah. But anyway, I would just love to see a lot more attendance on these calls, or at least to just definitely make sure, definitely to be on the calls, because it would be kind of silly for me to be hosting a call if nobody was there and talking to nobody. And there's 50 people in that group chat. So to get a little bit more conversation going in the group chat to help each other, to hold yourself accountable. There's so many studies proving that you reach your goals so much quicker and are more guaranteed to reach your goals if you have community, meaning multiple people knowing that you have a goal, that you're reaching your goals, holding other people accountable. So you're helping yourself by, being active in the community. And then also, as far as these topics of conversations, obviously, anytime we have our check-ins, or if you text me or we get on a call and you ask me a question, I will always answer it. However, you might have the answer to the question before the issue even arises if you're on these calls, or if you watch the recordings, or if you watch the videos in the 8-week teachable course. So again, all of the resources are there for you. So just to make sure that you're taking advantage of all of the things that are there for you. Alrighty, so let's get right into it. The weekends, which is something that is very reoccurring in everyone's check-ins. We check in on Monday, at least, is when I send the check-in back, and you're usually filling it out on the weekends, and maybe we're noticing patterns. Does anybody, by like a show of hands or writing in the chat, have that experience of noticing a pattern of being on top of your shit during the weekdays? You're hitting all your macros, everything is great, you got all your workouts done, and then now it's Sunday night and you're like, I need to start from square one. I'm all over again. I just gained 10 pounds in my life. Yeah, Sydney says story of my life. I know it's super common. Taylor says, yeah. So hopefully today will give you a little bit of insight to be able to navigate weekends and to stop that really vicious cycle, just for like your mental sake, but then also to be able to actually see progress. So let me share my screen. Okay. Alrighty. So staying on track during the weekends. And I just want to make sure that everybody can see me and see the screen. Full thumbs up. Cool. Alrighty. So nutrition, workouts, alcohol, water intake, tracking, all of these things. I would say those 3 things really usually end up kind of messing people up. Either they had a whole bunch of alcohol, they didn't drink enough water, they're not tracking on the weekends, their food, their sleep schedule, all of these things. So the first thing, obviously, but maybe not so obvious, but is to prepare, to know your schedule ahead of time, at least as much as you can. By a show of hands, or maybe in the chat, does everyone know what they are doing tomorrow? All day tomorrow on Thursday. I know what I'm doing tomorrow. Most of the time, we usually know what we have planned. It's not a random birthday dinner that's going to pop up, or, obviously sometimes it does, but for the majority, we do have some kind of. Does everybody see that blue line that just popped up on my screen? I don't know what that is. Anyway, weird. Majority of the time, we have an idea of what our weekend is going to look like. And that's why in the check-ins, I also ask, is there anything coming up that we should prepare for, so that we are already kind of getting in our minds? And usually the majority of the time, it's either nothing, or there's 1, or there's 2 things. And that's perfect. If we have that 1 birthday dinner, and then we have that 1 wedding, beautiful. Or however it goes, a work party, something like that. Make sure to have your workouts scheduled either during the week, have those completed by the weekend so you don't have to do that. Or I love a good weekend workout, and I really recommend weekend workouts because the gym is usually slower. You probably will have a little bit more energy because maybe you don't have to go at 5 a.m. or 5 p.m. And you just get a little bit more time too. You're not in much of a time crunch. I personally love weekend workouts, and I know a lot of people do as well. So I actually do the opposite. I don't like to work out on Mondays, whereas I know a lot of people that is like never miss a Monday kind of thing. But I don't work out on Mondays. That's a heavy work day for me. And then I kind of switch my priorities by really focusing on getting lots of movement in during the weekends. But that's just a little idea there. A huge thing is have a boundary for how many meals you want to eat out. And just to keep talking about just specifically the weekend, but just for the weekend, maybe eating out for 2 meals for the weekend, a Saturday night dinner and a Sunday brunch, or a Friday night dinner and a Saturday lunch, or whatever. Have an idea, and then obviously have food prepared, made, planned out for those other meals, just like normal. Also have a boundary for how many alcoholic drinks you plan to have. I only want to drink on Saturday. Even if I know I have a birthday party on Friday and then a pool party on Saturday, I want to save my drinking for Saturday. Or I would just rather have, 3 drinks at each one. And there's my limit. And in between that, I have glasses of water, or in between that, I just order a Diet Coke or whatever. And then also make sure you're tracking those too. But kind of going back with boundaries around meals, have full meals prepared. I say by Thursday night, right? Because then we have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that means going grocery shopping Thursday. So you have the food bought, you have the food made, and then you have full meals, okay? Like I'm talking the veggies, the carbs, the protein, everything fully made and prepared, just like you have set on Monday. But now we have it on Thursday night to prepare us for the weekend. And then if you are going to a restaurant that you're aware of, maybe look up the menu before, pre-log it. We've talked about that, but that's always a really important tool to just give you more control. I just noticed that it gets rid of that guilt. I know some people can have the opposite effect with tracking and pre-logging of it makes you, sometimes it causes like disorders thoughts around food and looking at food as numbers, but in most people's experience it gives you that power. And it's like, oh well, if I know I'm going to have the chicken piccata at dinner, that's already fitting into my macros, and now I make the rest of the day work, and that gets rid of that guilt feeling around food. And then as far as water, have a gallon of water full in the morning. Like in the morning, a whole gallon ready for you, or the night before, or if you have, your 2 half gallons or something, have some kind of plan with water. That's a big thing over the weekends that a lot of people kind of miss out on. And then some weekend habits. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, out of all 7 days of the week, those 3 days consist of 42.8% of your week. That is pretty damn close to half. So let's say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you hit your macros perfectly, you hit your protein perfectly, you did all your workouts, you hit your steps. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I don't know, man, now we're at like less than a 50% success rate, So really try to prioritize making sure that all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday isn't out the window, and practicing 80-20. I think 80-20 is a great balance. 80% of the time you're on your shit, 20% of the time, you can have a free meal or not track, or have not whole foods or whatever, or fun foods or alcohol. But in that 80% of the time, that's including tracking and following just the plan that we have agreed that will work best for you and your success, because you are doing this because you have a goal in mind, right? Nobody just signed up for coaching just to see what it's like. Everybody has a specific goal at the end. So keeping that in mind is very important, but realizing that if you're following 80-20, if you're not tracking all day Saturday and you're not tracking all day Sunday, you already messed up the 80-20 balance. Does that make sense? Because Friday, Saturday, Sunday is already 42%. And I think just Saturday and Sunday is like 30%. Keep your nutrition the same as normal as much as you can. So if you have a birthday dinner on that Friday night, have that same breakfast in the morning on Friday. And Saturday, if you have a brunch, I would still recommend having your same breakfast for the morning time, and then the same dinner at night. Or if you're going out, try to order foods that are maybe relatively similar to what you're having, unless you are like on vacation or whatever, or it's, an amazing opportunity or an ethnic food or something like that. But ideally for just your digestion, I would always recommend to eat similar foods as to what your body is used to. Again, 80% of the time. Huge thing here is, what are your habits on the weekends? And I would definitely recommend picking up active hobbies like yoga, kayaking, volleyball, bike riding, rock climbing. things like that, especially if your normal activities on the weekend are keeping you stuck. That's super important. I would really recommend picking up those things. And keep in mind, you don't only have to do them on the weekends. You can, do a Thursday evening yoga class. You could do a Monday evening volleyball session. You can spread them out throughout the week to create those habits as well. And then make sure that your schedule does prioritize your social health too. I don't want that to ever get confused. Reaching your goals, being healthy, losing weight, focusing on your fitness, and having a social life are like, they're not exclusive from each other. It's not one or the other. Your social health is so important. So please keep being social. But at the same time, make sure you're also prioritizing recovery, rest, and just your health in general, and self-respect and self-love with all the things. And make your new habits convenient. That's super important. If you're going 0 to 100 and everything is like out of your normal and nothing is convenient, that's really not doing yourself any service there. So keep a half a gallon of water on you at all times, or whatever your emotional support water bottle is. Keep it on you at all times. If you need to set an alarm to like refill it every once in a while, I think that's a great idea. So that again, you just have that convenience of that reminder. Meet up with friends at the park rather than at the bar. That's a great idea. Go to the beach maybe rather than the bar. Again, just making it convenient. It's pretty inconvenient to try to stay on top of your fitness goals if you are just in the same environment doing the same things, and then trying to make changes there. So set yourself up for success. Wear athleisure clothes. That's my favorite thing. Not all the time. Make sure you still get dressed up and just cute. But if you're in athletic clothes, maybe you'll just walk into a yoga class. Maybe you'll go to a rock climbing thing, or maybe you'll have a little bit more desire to get moving and whatnot. And so that's a little tip there. Huge thing though, tell your friends and family that you are enrolled in a coaching program, whether we're doing a 6-month thing, a 12-month thing, or just seeing how long until you feel like you've accomplished your goals and it's maintainable and sustainable. But tell people, and that's okay, especially if it's people that you love and you do want to keep seeing, and you don't want it to be like, fuck, I can't hang out with Kristen because we drink all the time, or because every time we hang out we just smoke and eat snacks and watch TV till 3 a.m. Maybe tell Kristen, be like, hey, I'm paying money, I'm in this coaching program, and I really want to set a goal for myself. Say that to your friends and your family and whatever. Hopefully they will understand. If not, that's a bigger issue, and reassess there. But have those conversations. And last slide here. Weekend intentions. This is really important. So if you engage in self-destructive behaviors like binge drinking, binge eating, staying up till 2 a.m., all of these things in a pattern each week, and with the intention, it's to like catch a break from the week. Work was just so crazy this week. You just need to relax and decompress from the week. So then these are the habits that have been instilled in your way to recoup. I would definitely consider implementing other modalities, moments of stillness, 5 minutes of guided meditation, some breath work, some recovery practice, foam rolling, any kind of stress management techniques. Implement that into your weekday routine. If Monday through Friday, you are just nothing but go, 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 stressed out, to-do list, 6 hours of sleep, on the weekends, you're probably going to be a little crazy, especially if it's been months or even years of this habit. It's just like if you've been restricting food for so long and then you have a tray of cookies in front of you, you're going to want to eat the cookies. Okay. So make sure you're implementing moments of respecting it yourself and being able to wind down during the week as well. And this is my perspective on the weekends. However, I understand everybody kind of has different jobs and different lifestyles and whatnot, but I treat every day the same. You are the same soul in the same body with the same desires, with the same 24 hours each day. I suggest to not compartmentalize or segment the illusion of weekdays and weekends so strongly. Okay. I think that's a big thing, is like weekdays have been like this weird, it's just an illusion. If you can kind of just get rid of that and find your center, and again, implement some masculine energy and some feminine energy, some yin and yang and some flow into your life, you'll be a lot more successful. And also create habits in your free time, basically your weekends, that inspire you, that give you energy, that make you feel expansive and creative and center you in love and community, and is also self-respecting. So, again, just kind of reassessing maybe why are you participating in things that are making you feel like you're falling off so hard on the weekends? Maybe incorporate something that give you a feeling of expansiveness rather than contraction. And you can even feel that with the energy of food items. If you eat one thing and you feel contracted, if you eat something and you feel energized and expansive, if you do something and you feel more centered in love and alignment, just kind of start to pay attention to just the energies that are in everything that you're doing and in conversations and whatnot. And spending your free time doing that will make life a lot better. And also just always be aware that creating new habits to create new results will be a little bit annoying or inconvenient at first. Again, an idea would be like setting an alarm to drink your water, or waking up 20 minutes earlier to go for a walk, or saying no to plans that feel out of alignment for what you're envisioning for your future, which is always developing right now, So hope that gives you guys some empowerment and autonomy over your weekends. Let me stop sharing the screen now. Ooh. Where am I? Okay, here I am. I lost everybody, got scared. Anyway, hopefully that kind of gives you guys some tangible ideas, a little bit of mindset around your weekends, and also things to implement during the weekdays. If anybody has any ideas or things that they have experienced a pattern, or things they want to let go of, or anything that really hit home in this call, please feel free to share. Let's get this thing popping. Yay, thank you, Cody. I'm glad you enjoyed that.
I think one thing that you said was like
social mental health. Yeah, Taylor, that's a huge thing. Yeah, definitely don't stop hanging out with people because then you'll start resenting fitness too. If you stop doing fun stuff and you stop going out and you stop hanging out with people, you'll resent fitness, and that's definitely not what we're going for. So finding that balance. All right. Well, great call. Thanks, guys. Thanks for showing up. Again, very appreciate it. Very much appreciate it. And I hope to see you guys on the next one. All right. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.